Your saliva is on my food bag.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
like
disgusting.
Yeah. Like, why don't you just spit into my mouth?
Honestly. I remember there was a shop I used to go to where they had this little dab thing.
I've seen that.
Thing. Yeah.
Which is like, now your crusty sponge water is on my bag, my food
I'd
bag.
rather have crusty
sponge water
than someone's saliva all over my, business.
I feel like I'd just rather they just struggle to open the bag and then open it without leaving any fluid.
Query theories.
Okay. On the count of 3 and then pause and then go.
What do you...
1, 2, 3. The query theories.
Why do you say... Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of the Quick Report. Fuck's sake. This happened last episode as well.
I don't know why I find it funny, I just do. Anyway.
I was actually going to start with bonjour everyone, but we're here now.
Yep.
Well, welcome to episode 6 of the Query Theory podcast with Pennygrit as always.
Hi.
And myself. So we're back with another exciting, enthralling, engaging episode.
Yes.
So all of you out there, grab yourself a cuppa, sit down, lay down, levitate, whatever you are doing, and let's jump right the frick in.
Yes, I have a question today for you.
So last time, it was movies.
Yeah, that were coming
Shows,
true.
Movies, yeah.
The plot was coming true or has come true.
Yeah, so we spoke about that. Of course, if you do have your own takes on the subject, again, please write in.
Yeah, or, get on the TikTok and
there.
Talk to us through it.
Talk to us.
Yes, interact with us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're lonely and unloved.
Yeah. Yeah. Would we ever, go live on anything?
We might.
Do we have a Twitch?
We don't have a Twitch. We can make one.
Maybe we should
we could go live.
Yeah, maybe one day, when we build up a nice thick following, we might do a live podcast.
Yes, we like a thick following.
Yeah, a thick following.
Thick,
follow us. But yeah, so we might do. At the end of last week, I said I was going to watch a video. I have not come around to do that yet for several different reasons. But it reminded me about a show that I forgot to talk about. There is an episode of Black Mirror called Shut Up and Dance.
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
Now that you say that it's Black Mirror, I've probably seen it.
Yeah. This episode has stuck with me for so long.
What happens in the episode?
So, in the episode, it starts off with this woman hurriedly going into a car and she puts something in the back and then she walks away, right? And in the episode, you are following, I guess he's a teenager or an early adult, and he works in a cafe. There was this pronounced shot where this little girl dropped her toy and he picked it up for her and gave it to her and was smiling at her. And why would they focus so much on that? So I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, oh, okay. So later on in the episode, he's on his laptop.
I'm remembering the episode you're talking about.
And he watches some adult content. And then a message comes out saying, we saw you, blah, blah, blah. You need to do these things. And then, of course, things proceed in the episode where he has to do different things. They get a bit more they get more harrowing as the episode goes. That episode fucked me up.
I would say we shouldn't do any spoilers, but I feel like if someone's going to watch Black Mirror, they would have already seen this episode.
Yeah, but... So...
Spoiler, if you haven't watched it and you think you might,
spoiler,
just skip ahead a little bit because I'm about to tell you the end.
Yeah.
Basically, the porn he was watching was actually kiddie stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so under the
Panicked.
control of these people who sent him the pop-up message.
Originally, I thought, why would you be, if you're a young kid and you've watched something, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But it's not going to ruin your fucking life.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The whole time the episode was going, I was like, why is he this?
Why is he so
I mean, I would be
worked up about
embarrassed.
it?
I would be very embarrassed. But why is he so embarrassed? And it all made sense when it was revealed that it was...
Because at the end, basically, he has to fight some other guy who also they don't diddle children, but they have watched that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And at the end, he has to fight this guy to the death who's also done the same thing. And, you know, he's crying in the woods and he was like, oh, I only looked at a couple of pictures. And the guy says, yeah, I did the same thing as well. And I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, his mom calls him in. She's like, you were watching kids? What the fuck's wrong with you? And again, throughout the episode, I was like, why is he so panicked about just watching a bit? Like, you know.
Yeah. Like, yeah, okay,
You know,
they got a video of you having a wank.
God, you know, your sister's gonna find out. Oh dear, it's not
People are
like
gonna
she
see
doesn't.
your
Oh,
pinky.
jeez. And then when at the end, I was like, oh my God, that is horrifying.
Yeah.
And because clearly, I don't know who the actor is, but he was amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
Amazing acting. Like, he was really good at portraying how absolutely horrified he is.
I think usually the actors are pretty good
Yeah.
in Black Mirror.
Yeah. The ones I've seen anyway. But yeah, that's all I had to add from that last time. But this time,
I have a question for
Yeah,
you.
question.
What are some things that bother you more than they should?
okay. Obviously we all have our little things.
Yeah.
Something that generally does bother me. My mum, right?
Okay.
Mum, if you are listening to this, I will explain what bothers me about you. I love you lots. My mum doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
Oh, okay.
And for the life of me, I do not know why she doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
You said she's religious, didn't you?
Well, she's not really. She doesn't practice religion, right? She doesn't practice Christianity. Like, my mum believes she'll sooner believe in ghosts than she would do in dinosaurs, right? Even though there's more evidence of dinosaurs than there are of ghosts. I believe in paranormal stuff and ghosts and whatnot, but I 100% believe dinosaurs were real.
Yeah, I don't believe in paranormal things, and I know dinosaurs are real.
Yeah.
I mean, what does she think all that stuff they pull out of the ground is?
Right, I asked her once what she thinks, and she said to me she reckons people put it under there and then, like, they pretend to find it later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you do understand, that sounds insane.
It is insane because for first things first, why?
Yeah,
Because there's not a lot of benefit to that.
yeah.
I kind of understand why religious nut jobs do think that way because it doesn't align with their religion.
Yeah.
But if you're not crazy religious, I don't understand why you would think someone would bother to make all these fake dinosaur bodies to pretend to find something.
Right.
And it would be so involved. There'd
Yeah.
have to be so many people involved. And I mean, people aren't very good at doing stuff
No,
like that.
they're not.
I don't know.
And it's just so, because my mum, she's quite an intelligent woman, but for some reason, it baffles me that she just doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like, we were watching, I think we were watching, like, I don't know, like one of the Planet Earths with, like, you know, one of those nice sounding voiced men, right? And they're like, in the Paleolithic era, these creatures, blah, blah, blah. And my mum was like, it's all fake. And I was like, what? She goes, oh no, they aren't. How is it that these big monsters walked around? Where are they now?
They're
And
dead.
I was like, Mum, evolution, they died. Like, you know, things have happened during history that, you know, clocked them out. And she goes, yeah, but, you know, it could all be fake. And I was like, for some reason, I think about that more than my mum thinks about it. Because I guarantee my mum doesn't think about dinosaurs at all. But
Yeah.
it pisses me off to know that such an intelligent woman in my life doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was never a dinosaur kid. I was never into dinosaurs. You know, I think dinosaurs are cool and they're like an insight in our history.
Yeah.
But they're there,
Yeah.
right? We've got evidence for them.
Yes.
You know, we dig up these fossils. And for some reason, she's like, nope, don't believe it.
I could see if there was some big monetary reason
Yeah.
to pretend that
Yeah.
there's dinosaurs, but there isn't.
They,
Like what? Because of museum admission?
yeah.
Like, oh, big dinosaurs, faking all the dinosaurs for museum
Oh, you have to
admission.
pay 50p to come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just, oh God.
There just isn't a reason to fake it.
Yeah.
Especially the amount of people who would have to be involved.
Yeah. It's so many-
Internationally.
yeah. Globally.
Yeah.
Right?
Like-
just to fake a few bones.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and also it does nothing to improve or decline our economy or life
Yes, it
in
does
general,
nothing.
right? It doesn't hurt us and it doesn't like improve in our general life.
Yeah.
So why is she so against the belief in dinosaurs? I don't know whether now, because I haven't spoken to her in a while about this, I don't know whether now she believes in dinosaurs or she still has a steadfast belief. Like,
If that was my mom, I would be bringing it up every day.
oh, 'cause sometimes I look at her and I'm just like, I love this woman, but god damn.
You know, I know some intelligent people who will have like an idea about a certain thing that's really stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to name it because they're probably listening and I just can't. But, you know, it is weird when there's someone who you're like, this person is so smart, but they just think this one really stupid thing.
Yeah, and it bums you out.
And they believe it.
Yeah,
Like with
and
every fiber of their
Again,
being.
it's like, you know, I've met some people who, unfortunately, so I live with my housemates, roommates, whatever you call them. Everyone who basically I know is somehow part of the LGBT, right? Great, amazing. I've more power to them, right? But the amount of smart people who I've met who are just religious idiots who believe that's wrong for whatever reason. And my question to them all the time is, why are you so personally offended what someone else is doing with their own life?
I also think that.
That you need to be you need to hate this group of people, right?
Also, if you are religious, I'm only going to talk about Christianity because that's the religion I grew up in.
Yeah.
And I don't know about
The other
religions,
sectors,
really.
yeah.
But like it barely mentions homosexuality in the Bible, like barely at all, if at all.
Yeah.
You know? Yet it seems to be quite a focus.
Yeah. And for why?
Yeah.
For what? Like two of my very closest friends, they're trans. Love them to bits, right? I don't see them as anyone else as any other gender as apart from what they're very comfortable with, right? Love them. But the amount of hate towards trans people is so mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do you suddenly think, oh, we're going to have less men or women on the planet because we're not all transitioning, you know?
Yeah, in fact, very
you know,
few people actually
it's a minority,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of people are like, oh, but it's the internet. It's like, no, actually, guess what? They've always existed. They've always been there. It's just now in an age where we're trying to, you know, we're going towards more acceptance and love and being open. People are now coming out and feeling more comfortable, which we should all be doing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, well, the thing that I find annoying is the whole back in our day, these people didn't exist.
Oh
or
yeah, of course they
something, you know?
existed.
Oh,
They just were hiding.
yeah,
it so that they didn't get beaten to death. Maybe
you know what I mean? Like, and the annoying thing is, it comes a lot from black people, from me anyway, because I talk to a lot of black. It comes from a lot of older black people who just don't understand it. And in, like, you know, in some countries in Africa, you can get killed for that.
Yeah.
And they're like, in Africa, we don't have any gays or bis or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
And it's
okay.
like, oh, bro, no, they're everywhere. It's just, if they came out, you would murder them.
Yeah,
Murder them to death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, that is also something, ignorance.
Well, I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on for a second.
go on.
I think the reason it's getting like considering there's actually not that many trans people.
Mm-hmm.
It's constantly talked about on social media, like, and people are angry about trans people and stuff. And I feel like it's being riled up
Yeah.
to distract us from the fact that the billionaires have taken all the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like they just want to make something like a topic.
Yeah. You know, and it's one of those things that's like a group to hate. You know?
Yes, a group to hate, like someone to blame problems on.
For
like
something.
Rishi Sunak talking about trans people.
Yeah.
Like, there's so few trans people.
Yeah.
Really?
they're
Isn't it like 1 or 2% of the population?
Yeah. And, they've had such a hard time through history, like just the LGBT group in general. And then you're just like making it even worse to just exist. And his wife is a billionaire. He it's just...
Yeah, he probably doesn't want us noticing that her and all of her friends and all the people like her have taken all the money.
And they have. And they keep going.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So that's my pet peeve. So the fact that my mother does not believe in dinosaurs and stupid, ignorant people who think that homosexuals are wrong.
Yes.
They fucking grind my gears to no end.
It grinds my gears as well. It's a really weird thing to concern yourself with.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
To
Why
be
do you
angry.
care?
It's if in my general morality or view on the situation, if it's not harming you, why are you being offended?
Yes. Also, I have to say, they like to be like, they're targeting the children.
Yeah,
Children.
Oh my God. Jesus, the argument I had about the other day, someone I know, oh God, they were like, oh, it's because children, see this stuff on social media and think it's okay. And I'm like, no, children see love, it's like saying, children are born racist. No, children, a white child see a black child and identify that child as a child and want to play. They don't see color. They don't see gender or whatever. They just want to play. If you show a child love, regardless whether it's from a man, a woman, whatever, they just see love, right?
I remember being a child growing up in a almost exclusively white area. And there was a kid who was from Korea who came to my school. And I remember noticing that kid looked different.
Yeah.
But that was it. There was never any negative feelings.
No.
If anything, there was curiosity.
Yeah.
But
then it's just, it's how then, your parents deal with that kind of curiosity, right?
Yes. Yeah.
If I had children and my kid came up to me and said, oh, Dad, I saw this man and this man kissing. Is that okay? And I'll be like, yeah, that's fine, because they love each other.
And not just your parents, your peers as well.
Yeah, you try to influence better thinking, right? And try to break down the whole, societal. Oh, this isn't okay or whatever. Because I don't know what it's like to be a parent, and to parents out there, power to you, because it's hard to raise people who aren't going to be assholes. I'm sure it is, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously children, when they grow, they'll have their own opinions, right?
Yeah.
And as I would think, as a parent, you'd want to try and raise better people to society, right?
I think, when I was a kid, I was, the second grade.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the word gay.
Mm-hmm.
And I went home and I said to my dad, Dad, what does gay mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it means a crazy person.
No!
Yes, but I mean, he was homophobic. He'd be in his 80s now. And they were all homophobic.
Yeah, they were. They were. Jeez.
And I loved my dad, don't get me wrong. But yeah, he was homophobic.
Yeah.
And I didn't really glean a lot from that, because I was like, it means a crazy person.
Yeah.
Like what? But years later, I put together what he meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was homophobic.
If you're out there being homophobic,
stop it.
Stop.
It's time to stop now. It's 2023.
Go get some help and fucking sort yourself out, bro. Like, let people be happy. And also go off and you be happy. And I find that quite a lot of people end up being like closeted, but they like, I feel like a lot of people are raised to think that's wrong, but they feel those feelings. Like I know that in a lot of religious groups that happens.
Yes, and I think they probably think a lot of people feel the feelings, but they all repress it.
Yeah. Which is a shame. Like, fucking express yourself. Be happy.
Yeah. Religion can really hold people back.
Huh? Yeah, it does. It does. I don't know. Religion's a complicated one.
Yeah, I don't like it. So another thing that annoys me is when I have purchased something online and I continually get advertised that thing,
yeah.
it's because like the algorithms all know that I want that thing, but it's like, I already bought it. I'm not going to buy another one.
Yeah.
You're wasting your advertising money and you're annoying me.
Yeah. And then you see it like, on every website you go to.
Yeah.
You see it on your Facebook, your Instagram, everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, look at this thing you've already purchased.
Yes.
And you're like, well, fuck.
You would think in this day and age they'd come up with some sort of thing that like stops that from happening. Because if I was, a person purchasing advertising, I'd be really annoyed if it was being shown to people
constantly.
Yeah,
right.
that they are not going to buy a second one.
But I guess it works off an AI algorithm, right? So I guess
this has been happening for a long time before AI was very big.
Yeah, but it's not like a guy sitting there typing, the stuff.
I hope
right?
not. What a miserable job.
Yeah, so it has to be part of like a system that just kind of sees that you've been looking at this popular item.
Yeah, but it should make note that you've purchased it.
Oh my god. Okay, talking about shopping, a pet peeve that I've recently started having on TikTok, right? There's been this guy, it's like a cube, and then you can open the cube and it makes funny shapes, right?
Yeah.
I see that advert constantly.
I see adverts all the time for like makeup stuff over and over and over again, and it's all like shitty makeup that's going to give you face disease.
And High Smile. Have you seen High Smile?
Yes, the purple stuff.
Oh my god, I see that. It's the guy with the cube and it's High Smile. That's what I see on my TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's constant. It's like every other video is just this guy going, look, you can turn it. This is how you turn it back into a cube. And this is how it becomes a star. And look at this. You can wash your mouth with fucking lemon and honey flavored tooth. What?
Yeah, and it's purple and it's supposed to cancel out the yellow in your teeth, like hair stuff.
But the thing, it's not just purple. They've got hundreds of different flavors.
Yeah, but the color is purple.
Is it all purple?
Yeah, but the purple is what's supposed to cancel out the yellow.
Yeah, but they've got like, I guess maybe it's all purple, but they've got different flavors of purple.
I mean, it doesn't work anyway, unless you want to sponsor us, High Smile, and then it, then it
and
does.
then you know what it does. It does.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You know
High
what?
Smile.
It's God. I used High Smile. It's great.
My teeth are blindingly white now.
Honestly, it's shocking.
We are looking for sponsors. If you have a company and you want to sponsor us, we would love you.
Yeah.
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 Come sponsor us.
Come be sponsors.
Yeah, and also another thing about shopping, when I'm in the store and people cough directly into their hand, and then they touch stuff.
My God, yeah.
It's like you've put all your disease on it.
Don't know if you've seen, when people are trying to open the plastic bag and then they lick their fingers.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember
when cashiers do that.
Yeah.
They only do that in England. No one else does that.
Do they not?
I don't know. I haven't been everywhere, but I know that they don't do it in Canada.
I haven't been to a shop recently where someone has that, because I usually do self-checkout. But I remember when we used to have those really flimsy plastic bags and you like had to rub them. Yeah. And then you would just open.
Every time I go to the grocery store, the cashier licks her finger and then opens the bag for me. And it's like, your saliva is on my food bag.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
like
disgusting.
Yeah. Like, why don't you spit into my mouth?
Honestly. I remember there was a shop I used to go to where they had this little dab thing.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Which is like, now your crusty sponged water is on my bag, my food
I'd
bag.
rather have crusty
sponge water
than someone's saliva all over my, business.
I feel like I'd just rather they just struggle to open the bag and then open it without leaving any fluid.
Yeah. Talking about fluids, something I was thinking about the other day. People make out. People, I've made out with people, a girl, right?
Okay.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But if anyone even suggests spitting into my mouth, I find that revolting. And it's like, I'm doing basically the same thing by kissing.
Yeah, but it's not a globule.
Yeah, I guess not. But I don't know why, but I find that really like, don't.
Both are disgusting, really.
Don't spit in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like, even though me and my partner kiss, I really don't want him using my toothbrush. Not that he does, but the thought of it, it's like, you better never use that.
Yeah.
Like-
And it's just I don't know. I find it strange that, you know, I've known people who will wear each other's like underwears
Right?
washed. Washed,
You
of
look
course.
like it's you.
No.
That's your face
No,
looks like
no.
it's you doing it.
No.
Okay.
But, you know, once. But it's because I didn't have any boxes,
Okay.
right? And I was just like, oh, okay, I'll just borrow these, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's kind of icky as well. It doesn't make me feel nice. Because I'm
mean,
like,
I don't see the allure of it.
no,
I know
it wasn't like
I know people who
it wasn't a pair of thongs or anything. It was just boxes.
I know someone who her boyfriend wears her underwear to work and stuff, and it's like, ugh, I bet it's got a shit stain on it. Like, because I know what men are like. Sorry.
Wow.
I don't mean all men.
But so girls are all booty clean,
More so than
bidet
men.
every day.
More often. I think it's because we're more trained on wiping because we have to wipe pee.
Oh, I guess so.
We get a lot more practice.
Yeah, you can't just shake.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
But
help.
I mean, some men, I swear, they just shake on the backside too.
I realize we talk about poo a lot on this podcast.
I can't help it.
It's something we all do. We got it. We all got to
Everything comes
poo.
back to turds.
Yeah, you know, I saw I don't know what it's called now, but back when I saw it, it was called a shiwi.
Yes,
Do you
my
ever-
sister has one of those. She took
Really?
it when she went on a trip to some country where she thought she might not get to pee places.
Yeah.
I can't remember what country. It had a desert.
Did she use it successfully?
I can't remember.
Ah,
But she did show it to me.
because it seems like it would be a very handy thing to have.
I feel like you could just pee by crouching.
Yeah, but if you can't,
Yeah, then you can just be like,
like, what if the seat is really grody, or what if, like,
well, you hover.
yeah, but
That's another thing on my list.
go on.
Men peeing.
Just
Standing up.
period.
Yes, standing up, because most of them cannot get it all into the toilet.
Yeah, but that's why you get taught to wipe the spillage.
Okay, for one thing, I don't want dry piss everywhere.
Yeah, but you won't know. Like, if
You will know because it'll smell.
if you're a fella out there and you pee and you don't wipe the seat, then you're wrong for that.
Yeah, but even if you do, it's like gonna have a dry piss smell.
It's not gonna have a dry because it's fresh piss. If you're leaving it there for a few days, then yeah, for sure.
You're still leaving piss particles.
You could say the same about flushing the toilet with the seat up. There's poo particles everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
So regardless,
That's
it
why
doesn't
I
have...
do it with my mouth open.
That's fucking awful.
No, to be fair, I put the seat down to flush.
I do as well.
Yeah, although I don't feel like toilets need seats. They only need lids.
I'm sorry, what?
You know how people don't like to sit on the cold bowl?
Yeah.
It's like a thing. Well, I had an angry ex-boyfriend who in a fit of drunken rage, he ripped my toilet seat off. And so while I was waiting for a new one to be delivered,
Yeah.
I was like, well, now I have to sit on the edge of the bowl.
And you just got used to it?
Yeah, I was like, actually, this is far superior.
What the actual fuck?
It's so much better.
What are you talking about?
It's amazing.
You're insane.
I liked it, and if it was socially acceptable to do so,
Do you
I
do
would-
that still?
No,
Oh, okay.
because if you've got the toilet seat, everything gets like ugh under there. I don't want to be touching it any more than I have to. But if it just didn't have a seat,
Do you not worry about falling in?
no, because you know how big the thing is. You just perch on the edge.
What's wrong with you?
It's the same as when I shit out the car window. Kidding. I don't do that.
Why are you saying the things you're saying?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm like this.
You are wrong on all those accounts. The fact that you're it's cold.
Yeah,
right?
but you expect it to be cold, so it's not surprising. Also, the normal toilet seat is cold.
Yeah, but
Don't
there's
delude
more
yourself.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's more security on sitting on the circle, the normal.
It's all a circle. No, you would be like, this is fine after like 4 days.
You wouldn't. You would.
Have you done it? Have you done it for 4 days?
No, I haven't done it for 4 days, but I have accidentally sat down on the rim.
That's different because you were expecting it to be a different shape.
Yeah, but okay.
If you know the shape of it,
Right.
it's not shocking anymore.
If you're out there and you're a professional toilet user, please tell us which you prefer. Do you prefer the cold, barren, horrible, just the fucking whatever the toilets are
Or
made
the
of?
cold, barren, horrible seat
The seat is
that has
better.
man piss all over it.
It doesn't have man piss
particles.
All I'm saying is you're wrong for wanting to sit on that. What if you're drunk and then you fall in?
Well, what if you're drunk and you fall and you smash your head against the toilet seat and die?
Yeah, but at least if you fall in with your bum in, you can still get up, right? The other one, you just die.
Then what I'm saying is right.
What you're saying is not. You're confusing me with words. All I'm saying is you shouldn't just be sitting on the thing because it's just not nice.
I'm not, because it's not
grim.
socially acceptable. But all I'm saying is if it was, I wouldn't have a seat.
Would you prefer to use those kind of, like in a lot of Asian countries, they've got the squat toilets?
I've never tried one, so I can't say for sure. I feel like it's probably better for like getting the poop track going because apparently,
that's
squatting is like supposed to make you poo better.
That's the superior form of like pooing. Just to squat.
But after the poo has happened, I'm not sure what goes on from there.
Yeah.
Does it flush?
Oh shit! Yeah, they must have flushing. Maybe there's a little button at the side, or maybe you flush last.
I think you have to put your toilet paper in a can.
Do you? No.
Yes, I think so, and that I don't like that. I would like it if bidets caught on.
Yeah.
And
there was a South Park episode about bidets. You don't watch South Park, do you?
no,
That was a really good South Park episode about bidets. I actually enjoyed it. I don't really like South Park as a show. I think that I don't resonate with the humor. But that episode was really fucking good.
yeah, I don't actually find South Park that funny, even though I have the most childish, trash sense of humor. For some reason, I just don't really care for South Park that much.
It goes a bit too much sometimes, and I just kind of go off it. But it was basically going into the fact that we don't have bidets because toilet paper companies make a fuck ton of monies from making, toilet paper. And if we used less toilet paper and used bidets, it would be basically better for the environment and your booty.
Yeah, your butthole would be washed.
Yeah, washed,
just
clined,
wiped with a rag.
more hygienic. Yeah. But that was basically what was going on about. And then I think Randy got shot because of his bidet beliefs by the toilet paper companies.
The first place I lived when I came to the UK had a bidet.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and I never used it because all the English people I lived with acted like it was weird.
But how'd they know if you used the bidet?
Well, they'd hear it.
Oh, does it make a loud noise?
Well, it's like a water spraying.
Yeah,
So it'd be like you went for a poo and now it sounds like you're washing your pooey bumhole and everyone knows it's pooey.
But, I feel like that I'd rather bite the bullet and everyone knowing that I'm pooey than being pooey.
Have you ever...
Or washing pooey, sorry.
Have you ever had like someone's like, oh, I just need to go to the bathroom, and they do, and then they start having a shower? Because I'm always like,
What?
did you shit yourself?
No? Is that something people do?
Yeah.
Where?
Not often, but it's happened.
I've never heard of that.
Someone I know was like, yeah, I just need to pee. I'll be back in a minute. And then I heard the shower going, and I was like, you pooed in your pants, didn't you?
And did they shower then? Did they take a full...
They took a shower, a short one.
Why?
Because they pooed themselves, I'm guessing. But I
said
didn't
they wanted to go for a wee. You don't believe them? Unless...
Well, I know I don't believe them if they got in the shower.
Unless they were embarrassed pooer. Maybe they wanted to seem
They were
like...
far away.
I don't know. Maybe they wanted to seem like they had a shower instead of a poo. Because some people can be embarrassed about having a poo.
Then you would say I'm going for a shower.
Yeah, but maybe they would rather they would rather you think they're showering than pooing.
I heard 1 in 30 people shit in the shower and stomp it down the drain.
Shut up. That is a lie.
Yeah, I heard that.
Where?
The internet.
Peeing in the shower.
Yeah, that's normal.
Fine. Peeing in the bath is wrong.
Yes.
Peeing in the bath
it is wrong.
Is so wrong,
It's
right?
disgusting.
I don't like baths, generally.
I especially don't like them if they're pissing.
Yeah. But I feel like baths, if you are a prolific bather, why, right? Because you're just swimming in your own dirty soup.
Yeah, I don't really care for a bath. I guess there is a benefit of it, like, really soaks off everything.
Yeah, but where's that juice going? It's going back on you.
Yeah, I would prefer to have a shower after the bath.
Yeah.
Like a shower, like a rinse.
If I'm going to have a bath, it's because I've had a shower, right? Personally, I'd rather have a quick shower to just quickly scrub off all the main dirt and then chill in a bath.
I'd rather have the bath and then the shower.
Really?
Yeah,
I guess
because
it's getting rid of...
unless you're having a thorough long shower,
Yeah.
there's probably going to be some crud still.
Yeah, true. But no, I'm not a bath kind of guy. Like, I like hot tubs, but
I don't like hot tubs because they're full of cum. I mean, they are.
I listeners, I literally had to take a moment for that. What hot tubs are you going in?
Anyone. They
What?
all are full of cum.
But they filter and clean the
Also,
hot
there was a
tubbies.
man who said, that big fat man, I'm not fat shaming, I am also fat, but I'm not
Which
so
big
fat.
fat man?
He can't have a bath, so he just goes to the gym hot tub and rinses off in there once a week.
But how do you know there's cum in there?
That comes from a different guy.
So
there's...
But there's machines to clean. People actively clean out the hot tub and change it for new water, right?
I think that you're having a delusion. They don't change the water out. They just put chlorine in it. So yes, it kills the cum, but you're not going to get pregnant, but you're still laying around in dead cum.
If you're a hot tub bath doctor out there, if you are, by doctor we just mean a professional or someone who
with a
knows,
PhD.
who knows something about what subjects we don't. So if you're a hot tub maintenance doctor,
Yeah.
please can you tell me how y'all keep up with cleaning hot tubs?
Okay, I've had some clients who were lifeguards
Mm-hmm.
at the leisure center. That's like the YMCA with a pool in it for our international.
Right. Is it our local leisure centre?
No, it was one in Burgess Hill.
Oh, okay.
And they said that they basically never change out that pool water unless someone has diarrhea. So if there's a turd in there, they just scoop the turd out.
And then just wash the water.
They don't wash the water.
No, but
It goes through a filter slowly.
Yeah,
but
that's
I mean, they'll
washing
open
it.
that pool up again.
Yeah, but
And
that's
there's been a
washing the
log in
water,
there.
right? So
Also, they said the top layer of it is just basically human oils.
fuck off with this. How you are laying on information today that's literally leaving me speechless.
Yes, I'm sorry I'm ruining the pool for you, but it's
Human
true.
oils.
Yeah.
That's... Dude, the amount of pool water I've had in my system.
Yeah, me too. It's been in my mouth. And it's
That
always from the
actually
top,
makes
too.
me feel nauseous. That is disgusting.
I drank people juice.
Is that cannibalism?
I don't think so, because that's a waste product. Like, is people who eat poo, are they cannibals?
Again, is this subject from our lost podcast?
We've definitely covered this.
But did we lose those podcasts? We did, didn't we?
I thought you were going to say, did we lose those listeners? And I was like, probably.
they went, oh, right. Well, they started talking about poo and shit, and that was fine. But cannibalism, no, I have to stop there.
Yeah, too atrocious.
So no, I've drunk a lot of pool water now. Now that I know that information, I don't go swimming often,
Yeah.
but I will look at a swimming pool very differently.
I try not to drink the pool water because it doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
And that was before I knew it was people juice.
Yeah, well, no one goes out to taste pool water, right? No one's going swimming like,
Sampling
ooh,
it.
man, I can't wait. And
getting a little wine glass and just...
I realized that as well. The reason I don't like going swimming a lot is because I always get so ill. Like, I get flus and colds and stuff.
From being in the pool.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just because it's cold or it's because there's just viruses and people juice in there.
It's because there's jizz in
There's jizz. But a lot of times when I go swimming, I do come out and then I end up having like a horrible cold. And I love swimming, but that just puts me off.
I come out and I'm extremely hungry for a hot dog.
Yeah, I'm always hungry. I guess it's because it's exercise, isn't it?
I just want a hot dog after. So when you were a kid, did you believe that there was a fluid in the pool that would change color if you peed in there?
Yeah.
Yes, all children are told that, and I believe they should be.
Do you?
Yes, because if they don't have a reason to not piss in there,
What if they're just curious little shits and they just really want to have a pee?
they do. They all want to pee.
Yeah, they do.
If
One thing I was told as well is that the reason the kiddie pool is so warm is because all the kids are peeing in there. That's something I heard. Yeah,
it is true. I'm sure that, if you have children, please do the world a favor and tell them that if they pee in the pool, everyone will know because the pool water will change color.
Change blue.
Because
Because I saw that in the movie Grown Ups. Don't know if you've seen Grown Ups.
No, but you know what? My partner believed in the pool thing up until recently. I was like, that isn't true.
Really?
Yeah,
So he never peed in the pool?
I guess not.
Well, to be honest, I've never peed in the pool.
I crapped in a lake once.
Well, that's different. There's probably fish that'll munch on that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, my cousin was right there, and I was like, I really need to poop, but I don't want to get out, so I'm gonna poop in here, and it's gonna sink to the bottom.
Did it?
No,
It didn't.
it floated.
No, they always float.
So I was like, let's go over here.
Oh my
And to this
God.
day, I don't think he knows that he was like a foot away from my
Oh
floating
my
turd.
God. But you told him you needed a poo.
No.
Oh,
I just did it on the down low.
and then you shimmied him along.
Yeah, like don't look over there.
Oh, that's what. But at least that's a wide space. That's
Yes,
probably
and it did
filled
sort
with-
of like slosh away. You know how the water just kind of goes.
Yeah. And it's probably there's something that's going to eat it, and that's contributing to the ecosystem.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
But
I mean, would you feel that way if it was a foot away from you in the lake?
no, then I'd be like, okay, that's fucking gross. Oh, talking about lakes, I saw this. I don't know. It was a very old show that I saw on YouTube, and it was like these teenagers drove off a cliff and then they like fell into the lake and they died.
Okay.
And then they came out of the lake and they were walking around and they're like, but we did die, right, guys? And the guy was like, yeah. And one of them was like a devoted Christian, and he was all upset about the fact that they survived. He was like, oh, it's a sin, blah, 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 blah. So the way it worked is if someone saw their dead body, then they would die again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think I've told you about this.
You have told me.
Yeah. And then the Christian guy was the only one who stayed alive at the end of the show because all his friends got discovered because he apparently at the end of the show, it was like, it was a gift from God that they got to live again. But this guy never saw the gift and saw it as a sin. And I was just like, that's a really dumb concept. It made me feel angry because, he was the only one who survived after he basically killed his friends, which is the ultimate sin, but somehow he gets to live.
If I was religious and if that happened, I would be like, God wanted this.
Yeah, this is divine intervention.
Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. I don't have the power to, circumvent God.
Right?
But I feel that same way about circumcision.
What?
Well, people, they're like, well, because of my religion, I need to circumcise this baby. And it's like, well, don't you think God would have just made the baby already circumcised then?
True. Holy shit, I've never thought about that.
I mean, no offense if you're from a religion that does circumcision. I just don't get it.
And no offense if you were born circumcised already.
I mean, that's really cool. You're a medical anomaly.
But would you tell people?
I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, no, but if you just have
I'd tell everyone.
If you don't have enough, skin for it to be considered.
So you're born circumcised. I would tell everyone who would listen. I'd be like, I was born circumcised. And they'd be like, it's that idiot talking about their penis again.
You would be hated by the community.
Or loved.
But I guess you'd be loved in specific circles. But again, would it change your penis game? Would it make it any different?
What would happen at the circumcision party? Would they be like, well, there's nothing here?
I guess, yeah, they'll just be like,
Did you already have it done?
yeah, it's a pre-circumcised baby. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I find that odd as well, that that's a religious thing. I don't know
and
why.
like female circumcision as well.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my God, it's genital mutilation.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, where they cut the women's clit off and then sew them up. And then when they get married, they just cut through it. The man does. And it's
What?
It's a religious thing.
Where?
A lot of countries.
Oh my, that is horrifying. That's information I genuinely didn't know.
It's called FGM, female genital mutilation, or they'll call it circumcision if they're the ones doing it, but it's not really circumcision.
That's made me upset.
But it's made me upset too. But like, it's like, why do you think that you need to alter the body from the way? If it's your religion,
Yeah.
like, why do you think your God made the body wrong? And
Yeah,
you have to intervene. Like, who do you think you are?
That seems like a human decision.
It is.
Not
honestly,
yeah, that doesn't seem like if you are a religious doctor and you somehow know in the scripture that it's written that people have to cut off a bit of their bits and bobs, explain to me why.
Well, the FGM is also done when they're a teenager or old. It's not done to babies. It's done to like young girls.
That is genuinely horrifying information. That is disgusting.
I can't believe you haven't heard of it.
I've not heard of that. I've not heard of that.
I feel sorry for people who are hearing it the first time because it's not a good thing to know.
No, that's awful.
Sorry.
Who's out there doing stuff like that?
Lots of people.
That is, if you're, geez, I feel so, geez, what do I even say
Yeah.
to that? That
I
is,
know. It's illegal in the UK, but it still happens here.
well, yeah, I would like to think it would be illegal everywhere, because that's just
It's
fucking,
not illegal everywhere.
that's degenerate behavior, man.
Yeah.
That is awful behavior. Oh, don't go cutting off people's bits and bobs if they don't want that, you know, like,
Yeah.
everyone should have an informed decision. Like, you know, if you want to be circumcised later in your life,
Yeah.
make that decision by yourself and seek medical professional. And if you want to have, for some reason, your female genitalia mutilated, again, that's your own choice. But you should have a choice.
Yeah.
You know, that's just, I don't think anyone would choose that.
No, I don't think so.
But, you know, if you were wanting to, then at least have the choice to say yes or no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Circumcision, male circumcision,
yeah.
yeah, it's a big thing in some religions.
I know
as well.
it's Jews they do
Yeah.
that, I know. I don't know many Jews.
I'm not Jewish and I'm not in a place to say what they should or shouldn't do. I
Yeah.
don't think it's anywhere as invasive as FGM.
Yeah, no, that sounds quite harrowing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That just, you know, there's a lot of nerves and stuff.
Yeah,
going on there.
you're never gonna orgasm now.
Yeah, it's just
It's ruined.
leave other people alone.
Yeah, don't cut people off.
Don't.
cut stuff off people.
No.
Yeah, so anyway, moving on. 'Cause it's a bit dark.
Moving on.
I have to say, another thing that really bothers me is people who play music out of a speaker in public, especially on a train or a bus.
God, yes.
Like, stop! No one wants to hear your
No
music.
one wants to hear it.
Yes.
Nobody. And, you know, and the thing is, they carry these obscenely large speakers, right?
Yeah, or small.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just play it out of their phone.
And it's like, why does everyone need to hear what you're listening to?
Yeah.
And all the time, I've never heard someone playing music that was actually good.
It's usually not music that I care for, but
No.
even if it was, if you're playing it out of your phone,
Yeah.
it's gonna annoy me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then we might as well all do that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
if I'm going to go into a bus and you're playing your music with like a fucking loud speaker, what's stopping me from bringing my subwoofer and just deciding, oh shit, I want to listen to Last Christmas by like fucking Wham or something, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just, don't be an asshole,
Yeah.
right? If you want to listen to your music that desperately, but you forgot your headphones, put up to you.
I'd just say don't forget your headphones. And if
Yeah.
you have, too bad.
But yeah,
If I forget my headphones, I sit in silence.
Yeah, yeah. And again, if you desperately can't, just put it up to your ear. Not everyone needs to hear your fucking music.
Yeah.
No one cares. Like, you know, no one's looking at you and thinking you're cool.
Yeah,
You know?
no, they're thinking you're annoying. Same with people playing like TikTok out of their phone.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's bothering me. I want to look at the screen now.
Another thing that does annoy me talking about TikTok is people on TikTok who think they are like fucking professionals in a specific field that they don't know anything about.
Yeah.
And I see that constantly, you know?
Do you?
Yeah, I do. You know, there's a lot of these people as well online who like to do those kind of like, you know, they're not actual therapists, but they like to act like, you know, they've self-diagnosed with themselves with everything under the sun, but haven't actually gone Elphaba. I don't know if you know who Elphaba is.
I've heard of her.
I hate Elphaba. I've
Everyone
never met
does
her.
From the sounds of it.
But I've seen quite a lot. Elphaba is live constantly on TikTok. And, you know, she lied about having autism. She lied about having this and that and the other or whatever she was lying about. Again, she's one of those people who, like, if you think you've got said thing,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
go and
sure.
see a professional, right?
Yeah,
Get
and I
an
get
actual
sometimes
diagnosis.
you can't. Sometimes you can't.
They're expensive. Sometimes you don't have money, or you know,
Like
you
a
can't.
6-year long wait list.
Yeah, or you
whatever.
can't. You know, unfortunately, although healthcare is one of the most needed things, there's like a lack of healthcare professionals. If you think you've got autism, okay, no one's saying you don't, but at least have an actual valuation before telling everyone
I agree.
you've got autism
Yes.
or you're schizophrenic or whatever, right? Because
Who said they're schizophrenic?
I don't know. There's probably people out there who say they do.
Probably,
Like she said she had Tourette's.
Yeah, and then faked it.
Yeah.
As well, yeah.
You know what I
heard
mean?
about that.
And it's kind of like, okay, just go see someone.
I did hear something about like charitable donations and
Yeah.
it being just spent on herself.
Shit. Yeah. She does that. I think she lied about using the money to fund a some kind of charity. Then she was seen buying lavish things for herself. And then she also entered on a contest called like Autism's Got Talent or something.
Right.
And of course she doesn't have autism, so she just entered it, and I don't know if she won or not. but you know, just don't be a dick.
I feel like you would definitely have to have a diagnosis to enter contests.
Yeah. Right? But I don't know whether she faked the papers or maybe they don't check you.
I feel like if you had fake papers, you would just show everyone the fake papers, though, and be like, I have it, look.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. I don't know much about Elphaba. But just don't be like her. Don't be like Elphaba.
Yeah.
You know, just, yeah. There are people, you know, I think I've got ADHD. Have I been screened for it or checked for it? No. Do
I think
want
I have
to?
it as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody thinks they fucking have ADHD.
And that's the thing. I don't know, right? I think I do, but I can't give you a piece of paper that says, here's my ADHD diagnosis.
Sometimes I'm like, do we all have ADHD, or is it just that there's too much to do, more than a person is ever supposed to have to do in a
Yeah.
day? And so we've got so much to focus on that we can't.
Yeah.
And that might be causing a lot of people to feel like they have ADHD.
yeah, like you
which-
just get overwhelmed with just things.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was like this my whole life. Like, I really struggled. I struggle.
Yeah, no, I've also equally struggled with keeping attention with literally anything.
Yeah, and I have thought about getting or attempting to get a diagnosis, but then what? So
Yeah.
I'd have to pay privately probably because the waiting list is like 6 years long.
Insane, yeah.
And then if the NHS recognized the diagnosis,
Yeah.
well, I'm afraid of the drugs.
Yeah.
So what do I need a diagnosis for if I'm not going to get the drugs?
Yeah, and you know, again, if it's just kind of like if I know that information, it's not really going to change my life in any way. I'm still going to be doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Except then I'll just have a label of, hey, you've got ADHD, or you know, and I'm like, okay, cool. What do I do now? Nothing.
I mean, I guess there'd be maybe professional accommodations or something, but not in my job.
Yeah, no, neither mine.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just for me, it's literally I don't know. Again, I don't know whether I do or don't. For me, it's just I have to write shit down constantly, or else I will 100% forget it.
Yeah, I make lists all the time, and then I don't do the stuff on the list. I forget to look at the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a book of lists.
the amount of sketchbooks that I have that I've not filled and just bought a new one.
That's why I don't do sketchbooks. I do loose paper.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've got sketchbooks literally everywhere.
Because for two reasons. One, I probably won't finish the sketchbook. And also, if I fuck up a page, well, now the whole sketchbook's garbage.
Do you feel like that, really?
Yes.
Why?
Because I can't have a fucked up page in there. I could maybe cut it out with a razor blade.
Yeah.
But you can only do that so many times before the sketchbook is weirdly empty.
Oh, I've never heard of someone who, like, scraps the whole thing.
In the bin.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Because
Because
it can't have a flawed page. It can't.
a lot of my sketchbooks are just flawed drawings.
If it was only flawed drawings, maybe I could have it be my, like, book of shit I made.
Ideas, yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't, and then I would probably throw it away later.
Yeah, but you've got a device to draw on.
Yeah.
So
And if I don't like the drawing, it goes in the garbage of the iPad.
Because I've actually been looking for, a tablet to draw on, but they're quite expensive.
Yeah.
They're not cheap things, and I don't have that money. And again, it's not a priority, you know what I mean? Like, so, one day I might decide, I've got a bit of money, but...
My iPad was extremely expensive.
How much was it?
A couple grand.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason I got it was because I was planning to leave the country. I just wasn't going to pay for it, honestly. I should probably edit that out because I'm confessing to a crime.
No, they can't prove it.
But I didn't leave the country, so I had to pay for it.
Yeah, so it's not a crime.
Yeah, but I was plotting to do a crime.
Yeah, but plotting to do a crime and doing a crime is completely different things.
I guess.
I could plot to go over the road and steal some food. That's convincing. But am I actually going to do it?
That's like a conspiracy to rob the M&S.
Yeah.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee.
But, a lot of people admit to wanting to plan something and never do it.
True.
I don't think that is a crime.
But I was planning to do it.
You was, but you didn't.
Yeah,
so,
true.
Technically.
But I know someone whose dad went to jail because he went on the dark web and he was talking about buying stolen credit cards.
Really?
Yeah, but it was like a setup, basically. He went to jail for it.
Right. Yeah,
I know. Conspiracy to do it because he didn't successfully do it.
Yeah, but, I guess yours doesn't count the same way.
I guess not.
No, like, if you would like fucking then actually did it and then came back, then, then I guess it would then be a crime, right?
I don't know if just not paying your bill is a crime, actually.
My
credit would be ruined here.
Yeah.
But that would be
You know what? That's a good, I don't even know what my credit score is.
Mine is okay. Mine's good.
Yeah, well, I have no idea. People out there, check your credit score. I don't know how you do it. There's probably websites
I
and
thought
apps.
you were going to say, people out there, what is my credit score?
If anyone knows, if there's a credit doctor out there.
If any hackers want to tell me what my credit score
But
is.
I don't know what my credit is. I should probably check that out.
I probably shouldn't announce to the internet that my credit's all right because they might be like, get her, hacker, steal her identity.
Find her credit score and do credit cards. So do you have any more pet peeves you want to go through? Well, pet peeves, things that annoy you.
How far along are we?
We've got 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah?
Well, I do have a listener question. And that listener question is, would you rather eat shit-flavored chocolate or chocolate-flavored shit? And that comes from Jonathan of Barrie, Ontario.
Okay. Right. Shit flavored chocolate or
chocolate flavored shit. So, like, the experience of eating the chocolate flavored shit would be pretty good because it tastes like chocolate.
Yeah.
But you still ate shit, though.
Yeah.
Where shit flavored chocolate, ew, it tasted like shit.
Mm.
But you really were only eating chocolate.
Okay. I would rather have. Okay. Oh, Christ. I would rather have
You're really like, oh God.
I would rather have chocolate shit.
I would rather have shit flavored chocolate.
Why?
Okay, the experience.
Well, okay. Wait, hold on.
I'll tell you my
It's
reasoning.
chocolate bar, but it just tastes like shit.
Yes.
Oh, then that. Yeah, then that.
Yeah, or a turd that tastes like delicious chocolate, but it is a turd.
No, then I'd rather have just chocolate that tastes like shit. Because then I know I haven't eaten shit.
Exactly. That's my reasoning, because shit gives you diseases.
Yeah.
So I'd rather go through the miserable process of eating this terrible tasting chocolate that tastes of turd.
Yeah.
Because, I don't really want... What disease do you get? E. coli?
Yeah. Which is really bad for you.
And like a parasite. I'd just suffer through it.
Yep.
But anyway, that's it for today. And thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on all the major social media platforms. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. It's all under the username The Query Dearies. Same as the podcast. You can listen to us on all the platforms. And if you have any questions for us to answer on the show, please visit our website at thequerydearies.com and ask it there. You can make them R-rated, but don't make them X-rated, okay? We'll have a new episode for you every week, so we do hope you'll subscribe.
Yes, sir.
If you enjoyed listening today, please rate us 5 stars. We'd really appreciate it.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. I had an alarm going off. It was to tell me that it's time for my sandwiches. So please rate us 5 stars. And if you have a funny 5-star review that you want to write for us, we might read it on the show.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, dearies, and goodbye.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Bye.